What's up? What's up? Momo Ranch is online on this cloudy pre-ice storm coming to the city I live in. I'm in the state of North Carolina, and we are talking about hiring. So I see the Baltimore Ravens has their new head coach. Does hire their new coach. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to so-called Dallas Cowboy fans. I got your defensive coordinator, stole one from the Eagles. So yes, it's Jesse Minter to Baltimore. You know, we'll see how that will flow. I don't see the flowing going to be any better. Um, Let me say something about Lamar Jackson. I don't think he's this great quarterback. People want to anoint him. He's a running quarterback. My quarterback's a running quarterback. And running quarterback have a tendency, there's an expiration. When you run and run, you gotta learn how to throw out the pocket. I think I think Jayden Daniels is a quarterback that can throw out of the pocket. I think at times the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, he can throw out of the pocket, but he's not consistent. So we'll see about that. We'll see about the schemes, the line, and what he got in plan for coaching. Because all our coaches are CEO of the team, and now he is a defensive minded head coach. Harbaugh was never a defensive minded head coach. That's the trick in the game, and that's the trick. Giants fans going to find out that Harbaugh was never a defensive coach. He's a special teams coach. We got to call a spade a spade. We cannot we cannot just keep saying how great he was, where we all know the wins he got was not about him. It was about players doing what they need to do. So that being said, um, I hoping that any day or any week or whatever case may be, whatever the time to Washington get a DC. Come on, Washington, do me a favor, get a DC, get a DC. You heard me? So that's what we come. What's up? Nothing, nothing. Jesse Minter is the new head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. We'll see how that goes. So we all know, everybody knows that the Dallas Cowboys got their man from the Eagles. So Momo, I gotta say, bro, you funny and cool, man. Yeah. You gotta have a little sense of humor. I go on other platforms, and they're too serious minded. I think people need to lighten up. Serious minded, you know how people are. They come at me, say I don't know shit, or like that. I try to bring some humor in all this mass and hyperbole fandom people do. Getting mad at their team, getting mad, saying their team is the best. If we got this player, we got that player. You gotta have humor. You gotta have a humor in your life. You gotta be joking. It's too much seriousness. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what another content creator say about me. I don't care what somebody else says about me, because in the end of the day, they just words to me. It's just funny. I go out of trouble, and then some people just wannabes. People just want to be wannabes. People want to. I always got a saying. For me being in computer programming and stuff like, I got a saying. I got a saying. And it's the truth. And some people say it also. The internet, you could be anything you want to be. You could be you could be a scientist that discover a cure for cancer, and you could say it, and no one will never no one going to disprove it because they don't know you. They don't know you because you coming in, especially in comments, you coming in blinders. Nobody know who you are, and what you can do. Where the hell this come from? How did he discover? Is America taking this away? This, that, and the third. So be on the internet, you could be anything you want to be. Absolutely. Because we have no proof for anything these days. Just like these coaches who's going to coach. They come from backgrounds doing this, doing that, and then when the season start, they ain't the coach we thought we had. Oh, you get a player that's been drafted in the first round or the second or the fifth, because the draft is nothing but a flip of a coin. Is he going to be good? He going to be bad? Can he cover? Can he not cover? I see him in college. He did this. I see him in this role. He did this. Mm-mm. So that's my take. So I'm just waiting on Washington to drop a hammer. See we get who our defensive coordinator is. Um, like I said, Dan Quinn is on the clock. Dan Quinn lost his defensive coordinator and his offensive coordinator, and I was surprised they didn't fire him. I was on somebody else's channel, and they were saying that Dan Quinn took us to the NFC Championship. Yes, but when he did his second year, some people say, hey, it was the general manager. Okay. Sometimes the general manager and the coach go hand to hand. Sometimes the general manager get advice from the head coach and vice versa. So I had to put them both in this shithole. But getting older players. Dan Quinn wanted these veteran players on our team. He wanted to get this old squad. So I can't absolve him of everything. The GM has some fault too. So they both at fault here. But going forward, we should be hopefully be better. Hopefully Jayden Daniels learn from his mistakes. Hopefully we don't have a Cliff Kingsbury no more. Everybody, Ohio, Cliff Kingsbury. If you know anything about Cliff Kingsbury, he looks good for 1 year, maybe two. Then it fades away because his plays are repetitive. They are so scheme oriented, and people can figure it out and stop it. So, that being said, any team to get Cliff Kingsbury, you're going to look good for a while. Then they'll catch up. So, have him as a head coach, good luck with that. How does last stop do as head coach? Not very well. But, let's. So a lot of things happening in the NFL. So Ravens hiring San Diego Chargers mentor. I guess he's a coach there. So whatnot. So then there's this other probe going on. The FBI has opened a probe into Irsay's death. Lawyers suing the NFL players the union for retaliation for a fire by the union. So he was fired by the union, and so they're going after him. McCaffrey and Florida quarterback name is AP NFL MVP finalists. Mm, 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 mm. I want to know who are they? McAfee and May. Who are the founders? Hmm. I don't care about this. Okay. Eagles are the ones who are in trouble. Nobody wants to coach that offense, and AJ Brown is probably out. According to Eagle fans and Eagles, oh AJ, it would be a cap hit. They let him go. It was this. It would be that. Oh, it was not. That's all rumors. I, I think it's funny. All that talk, you got talk. If this wasn't about about them exploding as they did, it wouldn't be good. Hey, what's up, Vinny? Um, and it wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't be as bad. What happened with the Eagles? If they get this new off, let me say this: the new coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys is a defensive back coach for the Eagles. This wouldn't be bad for the Eagles if the offense was shortchanged. If the offense was shortchanged, and they didn't play well during the season, and then they struggled through the season, and then to get beat by a team that wasn't worthy to be on the same field with them, wouldn't be bad. This is a bad look that a defensive back head coach goes as the DC for the Cowboys. I mean, you got to look in your mirror and see what is actually going on over there. I don't know. Cowboys fans say Eagles go down, Cowboys go up. That is delusional talk, Momo. I I believe that I think Cowboy fans have these higher standards, and these high standards is over the top. Now they use words like optimistic, but it's going to lead to the optimisticism is going to lead to overselling, overhyping the team, and you're going to have this over the top, highest expectations that you're never going to reach. That's Jerry Jones and the Cowboy fan base. Expectations are high every year. Even when they have a horrible team. Hold on, see what company say this. I think just talking outside, looking in, the whole egging Patillo house, excuse me, get around the league, and the offensive coaches was like, I can't egg if we don't produce. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, hey, that's like any job. If I ever went to, reputations matters. If you have a bad rep, and I'm going to a job interview, and I see the house falling down, or I seen people quitting that company and stuff like that. I said, why would I go to this tech company? They're a house of a falling cars. The cars are falling down all around me. I don't want to do that. I want to go somewhere else. I want to have employment elsewhere, because this is a bad look. I'm not saying the Eagles going to falter. What I'm saying is that it's not going to be the same Eagles team in upcoming years. I mean, Phantom is real. Um, Me as a Washington fan, Eagles, Dallas, Giants, or whoever team you root for, or any sport you root for, we have a tendency not to look what's happening around us and lie about it and boast ourselves and say how how great our team is, and we realize we see the writing on the wall. We see the inconsistency. We see how the coach act, the players act, and the body language of these players when they come on the field. The body, and then sometimes the certain questions in these press conference is just one to, hey, what's up, be done? Great hire for the Cowboys. Also snubbed the Birds on one of their best coaches. How you been, B Dunk? You good? I don't know. Are y'all still coming down here for the weekend? Because I don't know what they calling for ice here too. So I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Here in Greenville, they calling for ice, snow, mixed precipitation, then rain. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The whole East Coast is having up from South Carolina up to the New England area. It's a lot of snow and ice, and turn bitterly cold for about 2 weeks. Then talking about more snow next week from Saturday. We'll see. But I just want to come on here and talk about briefly about the new hires for the Cowboys and the new hire for the Baltimore Ravens. Washington, you on the clock. Just get this DC in. They crashing a grocery store already here in Charlotte. I know, right? We went this morning. We went this morning, got groceries. Went this morning. It was not really nobody in there. But right now, this time of the day, it just crazy. It's just crazy. So I know the grocery stores are packed today, and tomorrow there'll be extra incentives for people to go because the more the news hype the snow and ice up, the more people gonna go. Maybe I should go. It's sort of like when a hurricane comes here. Nah, I don't want to talk on. They hype the hurricane up. It gets stronger and stronger, and they make it seem like it's the end of the world. You got to leave. You got to leave. So you end up leaving anyway. Now, the hurricane come. I'm out of here. I don't need none of this shit. This all possession. I'm, okay, I got insurance on everything in this house. Well, not the bed, the drawing, I can get that. But my electronic shit, I have an insurance. This computer, my laptop, even shit I don't even use. I got a iPad I had here for about 3.5 months. Bought a cat, and I got it right here. This is how bad it is. I haven't used this thing but one time, open it up and set it up. That's it. I haven't used it. My wife said I buy stuff all the time I don't use. I got stuff on here I don't even want. You know, what if the hurricane sweeps up Dan Queen left and right? Hey, that'll be interesting. I don't wish no harm, but hey, you think the Commanders would pack up and left because they haven't made any coaching news yet? I don't know. I mean, we got to find out because clock is ticking, and you don't want to be picking defensive coordinators after the Super Bowl. I think if they don't get one this week before the game, a defensive coordinator, I think will be the week the week before the Super Bowl. So we got to make some decisions and long facts. you know. So I mean, so any Cowboy fans in here, are y'all happy with you? I know Cowboys fans are just like, oh, I like this. First y'all was one Atlanta, then yeah, this came about. Yeah, yeah, so stop it. Maybe you guys can bring Leonard from Denver. Possible. It's possible. You know, did anyone hire a cowboy coach? I take back this rumor. There's rumor that the Washington football team now focusing on Al Harris. So I said, okay, that's typical Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn probably suggested to the GM or the Washington to Peters, who's the GM of the Washington football team. Hey, people in to say hi. Hey, Rhonda, it's okay with it, Mo. Him and Leonard was like for 1A and 1B. If the Cowboys waiting for Leonard and didn't get him, then it would have gotten someone we don't like. Okay. Okay, I'm back. He's young and hungry to show he has so I can't be mad at Parker. Okay. He's young. Young don't mean wins. I'm sorry. I mean, and the draft coming out, and we all know how the draft is. All these Cowboy fans, all these Washington fans, we got to do better in the draft. Oh, yeah, do better in the draft. Oh, this draft, this. The draft is a 30% chance that you're going to find somebody good because a lot of these college players are not going to make to that next level because you can't depend on what someone did in college because same thing with coaching. Every coach and every situation they go to is going to be different. They might thrive and they might fall back. That's true, Momo. We will see. Still better than Everflus Organic. Okay, I get you on that. I mean, I personally don't think it's all Everflus' fault. I personally don't believe that. You know, some sometimes a coach can look at you and say, "Damn, these guys suck on this team." Oh, I'm getting tired for some reason. I'm sleepy. So I don't know. Oh, dang, I forgot I had this over here. Be done. As a Cowboy fan, I just wanted someone young and innovative that could relate to the players. So I'm happy with the hire. Okay, be done. That's what's up. If Mark likes them, likes them, him, we like it. Laugh a lot. Just kidding, but Mark is cool. Yeah. So this is something on my cruise I got on what stopped there? When I stopped the Dominican Republic. It's pretty cool. I just don't want to see one in real life. Butakana. Oh, I don't want to get bit by one of those. That's crazy. That was crazy when I went on there like that. We seen a We was in Puerto Rico. We seen a big ass rooster. It's the biggest rooster I ever seen. I seen rooster if Mark. That was crazy. And then we seen some other animals. I'm like, we went. Oh, I was like, I forgot what the animal was called. I said, yeah, that's a big one. Mm, I don't want to mess with them. And you know how people are. People see an animal, they, oh, it's not cute. Let me go, do. Let me go see. Can I pet it? Yeah, okay. Go ahead, pet an animal you don't know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. But getting back, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Dan Quinn, you on the clock. You on the clock, Dan Quinn. Production and tolerance. Production and tolerance. We tolerate what happened this year. We had tolerate because we need winning seasons. We don't need to have one winning season and go back to putrid being awful, bad, getting blown out of the games. Not and not understanding play calling, players out of position, players on tackle, players don't know how to cover or what defense are you in? Are you in the prevent? Are you in a 4-3 or a robber defense? What the hell are you in? And the players not players missing tackles, players missing their assignment, not blocking well, not doing this well, not trying to do anything. Dan Quinn, you are on the clock. The clock is not ticking fast enough for me. I'm cool with offensive coordinator gone. Same play, same thing. The defensive coordinator, I don't know how you could call him a defensive coordinator because Dan Quinn is a defensive minded coach. So he has some that's what he hired. That's what he did. All these older players were in here looking like 11 angry men. Do y'all know? And I repeated this before. I'm gonna repeat it again. Washington has 45 free agents on the team. Well, the next is Cowboys 25. We're not gonna sign all those free agents back. I don't think we're gonna sign half of those back. That's a lot of players contractually gonna be gone. But like I said, I just came in here to talk about that briefly. Um, I'll be back later, maybe. I just want everybody to have a good afternoon. Y'all be good.